skills, computational thinking, and industry-relevant knowledge before they leave school. But not everyone seems to be convinced. Hindi teachers have strongly opposed the move, arguing that this creates a false choice. They say AI and languages are not competitors. Students should be allowed to learn both. Their concern is that reducing the role of a third language could eventually affect teaching jobs and weaken multilingual education and national mobility. So what does this mean for our students? What should they be choosing? Advocate Khushbu Jain, cyber expert, with us on the broadcast, and Rashmi Malik, Principal, DPS Bhiwadi, with us on the broadcast as well. Principal, what do you think, ma'am? Is this a good move? Do you think other states should follow? You have a third language or artificial intelligence. Can these go hand in hand, or is it going to be one for the other?
Good evening, and thank you for having me for this particular debate, because having the computer science as background, it's very close to my heart. So I've been actually advocating that AI or digital literacy actually should be combined with all the subjects. I've never been telling that you can replace a subject with AI or digital literacy. So my suggestion would be that instead of having one standalone replacement of a particular subject and AI being taught as a subject, it should actually be integrated with all the subjects, so that the child understands that if the child is learning a language, how to give proper prompts to the AI, and what all the child can learn through AI in that
point. That's a great point, ma'am. With language comes the ability to make the right prompt. Otherwise, what will you ask? I think AI is all about sending in the right prompt. Advocate Khushbu, what do you have to say about that? Your background reminds us of the old age Windows XP wallpaper. I don't know where you are at the moment, but what's your assessment here? I mean, a third language.
This is my background.
Third language. Wow, that's beautiful. Way to make us jealous on national TV. What do you make of this? Third language versus artificial intelligence. It's the need of the hour, but you need the third language as well.
See, I'm not getting into a debate whether this versus this, but I want to get on a debate with respect to that this move, we have to look into a manner that this is a major structural overhaul to turn a state of a country into an AI native state. And it is not talking about, just a namesake thing that we're going to introduce AI or we're going to do something. They are actually bringing in change at the educational pipeline. That means they are bringing in changes in an AI module starting from class 6th. That is a core high school subject at approximately 1,652 government school. That means 1.2 million students are getting personalized AI training. The question that we should be asking, I think this is one of the best moves to have, because we are in the age of technology. We are fighting with technology, and without understanding technology, we'll be way behind years. So I think this move should be taken as a positive move. But at the same time, the question that we should be fighting would be not this, but the question should be that from tech consumers, we are now trying to become a national creators. Tech consumers to national creators. That's where I'm bringing in a point that, one is to learn how to give prompts to ChatGPT or OpenAI or any other chat module that we have available, with us. And another is to understand technology and to build technology. That's where we become a creator. Not that we learn how to give prompts and, we become a massive consumer as a country. So we should focus on that when from 6th standard you're bringing in a curriculum shift or a change, will that change be equipped to teach students when it comes to ML, machine learning, when it comes to how to code, how to understand AI and how to incorporate AI, not just to ask answers and questions, because that every kid nowadays is doing. Trust me, every kid that you talk to is understanding how ChatGPT
You're right, and it's
works.
important
but
before they leave school.
Before
they leave school, they get the right kind of relevant industry skills. That's equally important. I'm at a loss for words here. I don't know what I would have chosen if I was in the students' positions here. I was told, Advocate, that you had to leave early. Many thanks for taking out the time and speaking to us here and giving us insights on this very topic. Wish you could have stayed here a little bit longer. We're running out of time here as well. Madam Principal, my final question to you, from picking up from where Advocate Khushbu just told us that it's equally important in today's time where we don't necessarily have to be consumers, we need to be national creators as well. There is an angle of learning assessment versus the outcome. These days, you have so much of apathy when it comes to learning, when it comes to talking. So much of our work AI does. So when AI enters the classroom, are we making lazy students as well?
Not really, because it's all about how you present AI in the classroom. when you are presenting AI to the students, you are supposed to be presenting it as a support, but not as an overall, creator of whatever work we are expecting them to do. Because it's all about building competencies in the students, right?
Yeah.
So if we are just telling them that AI you can utilize, but just as a support, but otherwise you'll have to work on whatever you get the output from AI. You have to filter out the relevant points and then, present
And
it
it's
in your
not just
own
for the
way.
students, ma'am. The teachers will also have to reskill themselves.
Absolutely, absolutely. So this is something which is going on in all the schools, all the progressive schools in the country, wherein everybody is utilizing AI. But then we have to also understand that the other person to whom they are presenting that work, they
Yeah,
also know how the AI is working on, and
absolutely.
what is personal and what is not personal thing. So this is something which I think we all need to work on. We need
Okay.
to work on the ethics and morality
Still
when we
early doors,
talk
still
about
early doors. You're
it.
absolutely right. And this is just, this could be treated as a pilot that Karnataka government is doing. Kudos to the government. It's at least taking that, step ahead. The revolution in education. Technology is changing faster than our own education system ever has. It's not a question about whether students should learn artificial intelligence. They absolutely should. It's the need of the hour. But should they have to
Yes.
give up a language for it? I think that's the bigger question. And let's wait till we get a fine answer for that. Let's hope that good sense prevails. Many thanks, Madam Principal, for taking on the time and speaking to us here on News 9. With that, it's a wrap on this edition of In Your Interest. We're going to catch you again tomorrow. Many thanks for watching.
A crisis that has shaken the foundation of our education system and left over 22 lakh students in a state of absolute despair.